So today our wonderful Vinegaroon gets a new home inside one of our medium Mantis den enclosures. Something I've been meaning to do for a while now, and I'm really quite excited to get this done. Hello and welcome back to Bug Realms. On this channel we like to discuss all things creepy crawly, so if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel. So today folks, I'm going to get stuck straight in here in this enclosure, which we'll have a look at in a moment. Actually holds our Vinegaroon. It's the only Vinegaroon left in the collection. We have had two others that sadly didn't make it. One I think may have been old. It was a wild caught specimen that was already fully mature, and the other was a baby that we tried out, and that didn't succeed either, or a juvenile. But this particular one in here is special to me because I picked it up at my very first BTS show, which is what, 3 maybe even 4 years ago now. So we've had this Vinegaroon a while, and it's just done so well here in the realm. So let's have a little look in this enclosure and I'll tell you why it is that we're rehousing it. So here side by side, this is the current enclosure, this is the new one. Now they are the same size enclosures, but anything that goes in a Mantis den enclosure here and around is something special, and this Vinegaroon deserves something special. So let's have a little look in here and I'll tell you why it is I'm going to move it. This looks fairly bland, right? Well, it didn't when I set it up. These things like to bulldoze. So as you can see, it constantly knocks its water dish, which I've just placed on the top. We'll take that out because we're going to use that one anyway. And it buried a hide under here somewhere. Now the Vinegaroon itself is just sat at the back there, ready to spray. And I rehouse it pretty much every year because of this. But I always have to rehouse it kind of autumn time, because in winter, this guy or girl, presuming a girl by its age, actually kind of burrows down and spends a majority, oh hello, you coming out to say hi? Spends a majority of its time in the burrow through winter. Now I'm not sure if this is actually a hibernation period, but she does do it every year. So I want to make something that looks nice, where she can burrow down and still have an enclosure that looks pretty decent, hopefully without her completely destroying it yet again. Look at her though. No fear, coming out, she's feeling around with those modified legs there to sense what's going on here. Why have I been moved? What's around? Is there something for me to eat? She's well cool, isn't she? Really cool. But first things first, we're going to get this set up, and I plan to use something a bit better for a hide. She's always had quite basic hides that are easy enough for her to just sink into the substrate. So I don't know, it's going to figure something out. I'm literally going spur of the moment here today. I haven't actually made any plans for this enclosure, but we're just going to go with it. Okay, right, I don't want all the dirt getting in me cup of tea. Give me 2 seconds folks. Right, so I've said it time and time again in videos, substrate levels do tend to shrink over time. So she actually had a little bit more than that last year. I am getting this all on the table, but oh, don't want that. So I want to try and give her a little bit more this year, so that even when it does shrink, it's not going to be so bad. Now she is a Malaysian species, so she does like the substrate on the damper side, but she doesn't like to be sprayed. So with the heating that comes on in winter, this substrate dries pretty quick, and I've got to kind of like mist the top rather than spray it, because she really hates the feel of the water coming against her. I haven't noticed her in the enclosure a few times, and when I've sprayed in, it's got near her or hit her antenna or her legs, and she really has not liked that. So we're going to properly push this up right to that rim, like so. Now, this was an arboreal bit of bark I used before. It's got a hole, but we're going to put this down on the side. Oh, can it fit? It kind of fits. Oh, I'm not sure if this plan is going to go exactly how I want it to. You know what? I'm going to time lapse the rest of this. I'm going to have a play and see what I can come up with. Whether I use this or not, unsure. And here is the finished masterpiece. So I've swapped her bowl out. It was a little bit big for just a small water top, milk bottle top. But yeah, I've tried to make 3 different hiding spots. So we've got one under here. We've got this one that goes really far under here, goes to the length of the back of the enclosure. And then you can't quite make it out, but there is another little cave part in there. I've misted this so you can't see very well. So it may just look like a mess to you guys, but I think it's quite naturalistic. I quite like it. It's not picking up on the camera the way I can see it with my eyes, so I'm hoping you guys do appreciate it. Excuse me. Are you plotting an escape again? She's actually looking a little thin. I wonder if she's hungry. I'm not sure what I've got in the way of live food at the moment, but we can see what we can come up with. Try her on just on a mealworm there. Whoa! She is hungry. Is she? Or is she just startled? Yes. There we go. Vinegaroon feeding. You see how the mouth parts there work? She grips them with her claws. And she gets these 2 little mouth parts that kind of come in and open up the mealworm, get some juices flowing. Unfortunately she's facing the wrong way, but yes, there she goes. Now I've done a couple of Vinegaroon videos, so if you need to know more about them, feel free to check those out. Today is purely a rehousing really. Now, I do have to be careful of that tail of hers because she can produce an acidic substance that smells like vinegar. It's just stinky really, but if she gets you at real close range, it does burn a little bit on the skin. It doesn't last very long. Now you can see she's wanting to go and hide away now to enjoy her meal, but we do need to get her out of here. So, oh my god, they're drilling outside again. I swear to god, they just do this when I film. Like, I don't even see any work ever being done, I just hear it constantly. But anyway, back to here. She's hidden away, so I'm going to need both my hands for this, so I'm going to set the camera back up. Okay, so we need to get her out, so we're going to maneuver some things. We don't need her fake plant anymore. Sorry girlie. I know. And then I'm just going to actually try and coax her onto my hand. Oh, she's raising her tail. Okay, now as long as she doesn't get me in the eyes or in the nose, any sort of like mucous membranes, then I'm happy. But there she is. So yes, you can handle Vinegaroons. Pretty harmless. She's still carrying her mealworm around, so she must be reasonably chilled because she hasn't dropped her prey. But she's feeling around now, trying to find out where to go. I don't really want to stress this girl very much, especially when she's going to a new home. So I'm just going to pop her back in. So there she is. I think she's discovered cave number 1. And I know it's not good for you for her to go straight in and hide away, but it's good for me. It means she's found her spot already, which is fantastic. Now that mealworm is not going to suffice with her looking a little bit slim right now, so I will be popping her in some extra food when I pick some up tomorrow. But there we have it, guys. The Vinegaroon. Telephona species Malaysia, I believe this one was. I see the Thailand version come up quite a lot, but I don't really see the Malaysian variant. I don't really think they look any different, to be honest with you. Now you can actually see she's left her tail pointed out there, which is actually quite amusing. I'm not going to try and get her to spray on camera for you guys because I'm trying not to stress her out in a rehouse. But any predator that would come her way now will get a face full of acid. Bless her. But it's a hell of an upgrade from that, right? Look how that much that one had sunk down. Still got that bit of bark in there, just there. And hopefully this will be the last time. You see how I've built up the hides so that she cannot bury them, and I've used a large long hide so that she cannot bury it. She can stuff the entrances for when she wants to hibernate, if that is what she's doing, or if she just wants to hide away to molt. She can put all the substrate in front, so she can still block herself off completely, but she shouldn't in theory be able to completely bury her hide now where she's got no place to hide because she buried it like she did in there. It's an absolute nightmare. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that glare. Let's move that. Oh no, the glare's coming from the window, not from the light. I don't know, whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see what else dwells within the realm, I haven't said that for a while, make sure to pop back weekly for a Sunday video. Used to say multiple videos. I am quite content uploading once a week now, guys, so it's really having a positive impact on me, so it is going to be like that for a while, with the occasional live stream on Wednesdays. So yes, I am thrilled to bits. I'm going to put her back on a shelf. Again, thanks for watching. You're all awesome people, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.